Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm aware that I've been posting less frequently in recent months, yet I've noticed a big decline in views, and I have to be completely honest, is really demotivating. Because there are fewer and fewer individuals who are interested in what I have to say. This does not mean that I will stop posting. In fact, if you have any suggestions for improving my content, you would be doing me a favor. Said that, let's get started. I had an eating disorder. I'm still fat-phobic. I don't express it outwardly, but if I see fat on my body I want to lose it. How do I stop being fat-phobic? The author of the comment discussed his personal perception of the fat of his decisions, as well as his personal behaviors and thoughts. He never touched the person in the video and did not offend her in any way. You tell him to fuck off because he expressed dissatisfaction with his weight. He even sought her advice, and she didn't give a shit. Why ignore someone who wants to share and embrace your point of view, as well as your useless and ineffective beliefs? Let's face it, obesity is unpleasant.
Cheese.
It's under the sauce.
There's no cheese on it.
It's under the sauce.
Like, I'm Italian and this is hurting me.
It's from Chicago.
But it's just sauce.
The cheese is under the sauce.
I'm not sure why it hurts them so much that other individuals don't like, and rightfully so, being obese. Everyone has the right to think anything he wants about himself, and as long as he is speaking about himself, he should not give explanation to others. What does it mean to have a fat inner phobia? Everyone understands how dangerous it is to carry around 20 to 30 kilograms of fat just because you refuse to eat less. They just irritate me because I belittle such a delicate disorder by focusing it on their person, as is customary. Remember that people's attention is already focused on you, so you don't have to focus on your harmful actions by dismissing other people's concerns.
That mental illnesses, eating disorders, body dysmorphia, and being neurodivergent are not excuses to be fatphobic.
I'd like to hear your apologies, as well as those of the community you're a part of, for your lack of empathy toward those with issues. If you don't mind weighing as much as a wardrobe, it doesn't mean other people don't have fears and, as a result, anxiety. Furthermore, people with the illnesses indicated above do not attain the same level of obesity as you. As a result, your situation is a nightmare for them. And all individuals who take care of their health and are physically and mentally able would do everything they could to avoid ending up in a situation similar to yours.
Unlearning fat phobia is a part of eating disorder recovery. Using fat as a negative is fatphobic.
When you remark that assisting oneself not to be afraid of gaining weight is part of the healing process of an illness, you are entirely correct. However, you should have set some parameters as well. Fat is necessary for our body's fundamental processes, but we must not surpass a specific level of fat in order to avoid excess, and we all know that excess is never healthy. So long as you learn to accept the necessary fat for your body's optimal functioning, you'll be okay. Accepting the fact that you weighed as much as an automobile is not nice. To clarify, people suffer from obese phobia, not fat phobia.
Also, learning how fat phobia is actually rooted in racism and classism is very important.
Every time they argue that fat phobia stems from racism, I am even more enraged. Food was scarce until around 100 years ago, so people didn't have the luxury of getting obese. They've also never been persecuted because of something they can't change, such as their skin color. Weighing as much as two people is a decision, and let's be honest, I don't want to hear remarks like, or perhaps I have that disorder for this weight so much, since until a doctor certifies it, all of your hypotheses and self-diagnoses are just excuses for your food relationship.
When are we going to stop allowing skinny people to claim they have body dysmorphia so they can be aggressively fatphobic as fuck?
Nobody allows anything to happen to anyone. And everyone can assert anything as long as he speaks for himself and does not imply any other creature in his comments. So I can claim I'm ugly since I'm talking about my one and only person. That is why democracy exists, to affirm one's opinions while yet respecting them.
Pretty sure movements are created for oppressed and marginalized people. You know, fat bodies, disabled bodies, trans bodies, people of color bodies, those bodies.
You are completely correct, darling. These movements were founded to assist groups of individuals who are unable to make their own decisions, and your list is correct, with the exception of one. Obese people choose to be obese. I understand that being overweight might be caused by health issues, but as I previously stated, this is a relatively small percentage of the population. The other 90% of them eats for at least 2 persons. It's just, and I'm used to welcoming and integrating people of all ethnicities, skin tones, and weights. Those who have the opportunity to improve their lives and do not desire or expect that the society have to suits them, I will never accept it. If they want to eat, do it. But they have not to screw with the others.
And I highly doubt every fat-phobic piece of shit has a disorder. So maybe, instead of using that as a defense mechanism to deflect the blame, try and unlearn it. Try and unlearn it.
Certainly, not all fat phobics suffer from a disorder, and not all obese people suffer from a disease that causes them to gain weight. Problems like these aren't utilized to excuse the dread of getting weight. Fear of becoming honest stems from common sense, concern for one's health, and the desire to be alive and self-sufficient in old age. With pathologies, you can minimize the risk, but only to a certain extent, whereas with obesity, you have a 100% chance of not becoming overweight if you address nutrition and exercise properly. If you recommend that individuals forget they have disorders as a way to end the speech, I recommend that obese people's paladins, such as yourself, wake up because you are merely feeding a very damaging thought. And to the activists who have been persuaded by the FA to shed pounds. Bye.